Hey friends, Karen Baskett, DIYer here. Welcome back for another product review. I know that I have shown you 2 hat presses lately, and that really seems to be the trending thing right now. So the company EENOUR reached out to me and wanted to know if I would be interested in trying out their product, their new hat press, and giving you guys a review, unboxing it and reviewing it. So as you can see, the box is still sealed, brand new, and I'm gonna open it up with you guys right here today and just go through everything and check it out. And then I'm gonna be demonstrating it as well. And again, it'll be the first time using it, so you're gonna get to experience it right here along with me. So I hope you enjoy this DIY tutorial, unboxing, and review all in one. All right, we are just gonna start by cutting this open. Comes with a glove, a heat-resistant glove. This looks like the base for the unit to sit on. I'll have to figure out exactly what this is for. Here's the actual press. And looks like we've got a base for the actual heat press to rest on while heating up. And last but not least, the user's manual. Okay, so according to the instructions, I am gonna need like an old t-shirt or a cotton cloth or something to fill this hat form with. This is what we will be putting the hat onto when we actually do the press. So I ran and grabbed an old t-shirt out of my husband's work clothes, and I'm just gonna stuff this in here. All right, so I got my press plugged in, and now then we're gonna read about turning it on. Power on. Long press the power button for 3 seconds to turn it on, and the hat press starts to heat and the heating indicator light blinks. Okay. Heat set level setting. A short press of the power button sets the heat level setting when it's on, and the light blinking indicates what level. So high, medium, and low it looks like. And then to turn it off, you basically just do a long press. Okay, so it doesn't look like I've come across an auto shut off just yet. I'm double checking. So this looks pretty simple. Basically turn it on, long press, and it's on, and then you change your heat set levels by short presses, okay? So I'm just gonna allow this to heat up, and while that's heating up, I am gonna go prepare my sublimation patch that I'm gonna be using on a hat, and then I'll come back and show you how I do all this. I'm grabbing my design out of Creative Fabrica, and this is what I will be using for my sublimation design on that patch. I'm just going to download it and then import it into my Cricut design space, where I will be resizing it to fit the actual patch. I found another really cute design right there in Cricut Design Space, but whenever I attempted to resize it, I couldn't get it to the actual size without stretching the text too much and making the palm trees look a little warped. So I'm just gonna hide that one while I print this one. I personally always turn off my bleed whenever I'm printing like this because I will cut this out myself. I'm not doing an actual print and cut. Here I'm using my Epson F170 to print out my sublimation design. All right, so I ordered these sublimation patches off of Amazon. They come in 3 different sizes. It's a nice variety pack. I am gonna be using this rectangle, and I've got I already had one laid out back there. I've got my sublimation printed, but I'm gonna cut this out and place it on my patch. And then I'm gonna be using my heat press back here to sublimate it. And then I will use the EENOUR hat press to apply it to the hat. On these patches, you definitely want to make sure you are putting your design on the correct side. It's a little bit more fabric-y. That's the sublimation side. The back side has a paper coating that I will be removing after I sublimate. Here you'll see that I'm just using some heat-resistant tape to hold my sublimation design in place on my patch. Okay, it's all taped on there. And I realized I could use this to do my sublimation press on the patch, but I'm not sure I can get enough pressure that's required. If you know much about sublimation, you know that you do have to use pretty firm pressure. So I'm gonna rely on my bigger press for that really quickly. All right, I'm gonna be pressing this at 310 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 seconds. That's just what I read on the Amazon listing for the patches. And I've got a little towel here that I use just to add extra pressure. So we're gonna give this a shot. Okay, so I left the hat press on while I was doing my sublimation patch. And while I was doing that, I heard a beep and I turned around and this had turned off. So it does have auto shut off after about maybe 10 minutes. I have not found that in the manual yet. I'm sure it is here somewhere, but I definitely need to put my glasses on to try to find that. But I did not see it, but it did turn off, just so you know. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get set up here and turn it back on actually. I did not read of a setting for hat patches, which are super popular right now, by the way. I keep seeing a lot of people sharing posts about making these fun trucker hats with all the fun patches on them. I am gonna be putting the patch on this trucker hat, which I think is gonna be super cute, but I don't see a setting for patches. Got it warming and you can see that it is flashing. Okay, so there are a couple of different options here. This hat form, which I could definitely use. Just need to take that off, by the way. I might need to stuff it a little fuller, but that is one option. Or I can use the hat press form that they have here for me. Gonna unsnap the back and get that set up. I think that might be the way to go. Okay, the indicator light will stay solid once it's heated to the proper temperature. While that's happening, I'm gonna tape I need to remove the backing, the paper backing off my patch. make it centered up here. If I could go back and do this part again, I would definitely not get my heat resistant tape on my design. You will notice in a little while whenever I peel the tape off after pressing it that it did take a little bit of my ink with it. All right, it just made a subtle beeping sound to tell me that it is ready to press. I have this Teflon paper that I'm gonna throw over the top of my patch here just to prevent any burning or anything like that. Okay, and according to the booklet, on high, I'll need to press for about 25 seconds. So here we go. One thing I really am loving about this hat press is the hot plate is actually 5.5 inches by 3.4 inches. That actually covers a lot of area on the hat. Okay, I do need to press it again. I do feel like I caused a little bit of fading on here, but I'm gonna press it again, but this time I'm just putting a piece of copy paper over it and my Teflon sheet again. And then, unfortunately, there's no timer on here, so I was just kind of counting down on my own. But there it is, that's what it looks like. I believe it's holding it down pretty well. It adhered, no problem whatsoever. I personally think I held it on there a little too long, but you can see that it is adhered. That's just the edge of the patch. I think it's really cute. My heat resistant tape did cause an issue right here, but that's all right. I think it's really cute. This will be a fun summer hat. I will say it not having a timer setting is a little different than what I'm used to. That was really easy. I do think though, oh, I forgot to turn it off. I do think that it not having a built-in timer, that's kind of risky, but if you have an Alexa nearby or your Siri or whatever, you can definitely set a timer. And I was just kind of counting in my head and actually lost track. So other than that, I think it's really a good little product. Like I mentioned earlier, the hats, the trucker hats with patches all over them are very trendy right now. So this would be great if you're looking for a fast, easy, simple heat press to use for hats. I would recommend this. If you want to check this one out, I will have a link for you in the description below to my Amazon storefront where you can purchase this. And I just really appreciate you watching, and thanks so much to EENOUR for sending the hat press to me. Here's just another look of everything that comes in the box: the actual hat press, the hat press form, the hat press base, and the safety base. And like I mentioned before, the heating element is nice and wide, 5.5 inches by 3.4. That is a great amount of space. You might have noticed that it really did cover the entire surface of the hat part that I was pressing. So that makes that really nice. Guys, I think this is a really great product, and it's currently on Amazon for $69.98 with a $15 off coupon at the time of me posting this video. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and let me know what you think about this hat press. Thanks for watching.